to the delayed aftermath of this weekend. It's delayed, I know. So, um, yeah. So we had gigs this weekend, and normally on like the Sundays, I do like an aftermath, and um, when I came back from Saturday's gig, I didn't stay at home. I stayed somewhere else, and then by the time I got back home, time was getting on, and I actually didn't feel very well, believe it or not, and I've actually not felt well for days, to be honest. It sort of started on Wednesday, and I got a really bad like headache and wasn't feeling well, and I remember for a good while I just laid in a dark room, and then the headache sort of passed a little bit. So I sort of like sat back up and did a few bits and bobs, and it's never like really fully gone. And then yesterday, it's like it came back on again, and it was like really bad. And again, I just laid in a dark room, but I just literally went to bed, and just didn't just slept until the next day. It was really mad. So everything sort of on the aftermath side of things has been a little bit delayed. Not that it really matters, but I normally do them like the day after, just because I like to keep like all the sort of like streams stroke videos about one event. I like to keep them all relatively close to each other, so like we haven't we don't end up falling behind. Like I've never aftermathed a gig and then we kind of like get on to the next gig, and then you just start getting behind. So we're going to do it now anyway. And despite not feeling, let's say, 100%, I had a really enjoyable weekend. It was really fun. So we'll start off with Friday because we might as well start at the beginning of the weekend and work our way through the whole aftermath of the weekend. So Friday, I was in Grimsby Fusion for Fusion Fridays. It was a last minute booking that came in. I think it came in on Wednesday or something like that. And it was a really enjoyable little night. So just full of like bounce sets going off, and just some really good tunes going off. I got there. I think I was on at 11, and I got there about. I think I got there just after 10:30, like 20 to 11 or something like that. Got in, just sort of got chilled, and ready to to go behind the decks at 11, and everything was really going all fine and dandy. Plugged my USB stick in. Everything was just absolutely great. The USB stick loaded all the tracks. Loaded up my first track, started my set, absolutely banging, coming to the first tune, proper, real good drop on it. Mixed in the second tune, mixed that in, sounded absolutely banging, just proper got into the vibe of the set. And then went to load the third tune, and it loaded the third tune on the same deck that the second tune was playing, and it completely like stopped the whole entire music for like a split second, and I was like, oh, as if I've just queued onto the wrong deck. Like DJs make that mistake, but you don't like you obviously it's not like a mega mistake, but you don't want to make that mistake as a DJ if you can help it. And it was just like, oh, as if I've just gone and done that. And anyway, I quickly loaded another track back on, as you obviously do, and it continued on with the set, and the rest of the set was fine, and just absolutely went with it after that. But it was just did that real first like little mistake, and it was just, oh, why did I do that? So played a really good set apart from that. Played some absolute banging tunes, and really enjoyed the vibe, and the people that was there for the set and stuff had a really good time as well, and it was just really enjoyable. And then after my set, I I got asked to grab the microphone, and I did. I grabbed it for probably about 15 minutes to half an hour, and then I actually left and came back to Hull because I had obviously we had a gig on the Saturday, so I didn't want to keep it too, didn't want to stay there too long, when I had another gig the following night. So got some food, sort of headed back to where I was staying, and got my head down, and just felt really lazy on the Saturday, and just chilled for most of the Saturday, and then made my way back into the city centre to get picked up by the layman to go for Saturday's gig, which was Antimatter in Leeds, and it was Matt Rich's birthday. He'd put this event on for his birthday, and he did a really good job, I thought, and he brought a really good vibe to Antimatter and to Eiger Studios, and there was just a good vibe of, the people that were there were just having a good time, and there was just a mixture of different types of music going off, from sort of like psytrance to hardcore. There was me playing some bounds, there was some like techno sets, and there was just some really good sets going off, and it was really good. So I played in the main room, and it was really nice playing in that main room, and you sort of go up on a stage, and then you go up onto another little bit of a like step, and that's where you stand behind the decks, and you're a little bit high up, and just you can look out to, like, the dance floor, and you can see the bar and everything, and it's just it's a really cool vibe and a cool stage to be on, and it was just obviously a really good environment. So apparently, well, I think this did well. It was true. Just before my set, I got told by the DJ before me, who was very drunk and tried to shout it in my ear about 5 times, even though the MC had already just politely told me that the cue button was dodgy on the left CDJ. He told me very politely, so I was like, all right, fair enough. Yeah, I can work with that. And then the DJ that was on was before me was wrecked and tried shouting it in my ear like 5 times, like, the cue button doesn't work, and I'm like, I know, and she was almost like trying to say, like, what are you gonna do, and like trying to tell me what I'll have to do, and I'm like, I know what to do when a cue button does that, and like, you just rewind it back, and then the cue button works when you rewind the jog wheel. And I had no issues when playing the set, with this cue button issue. Just rewind the track and tap the cue, and everything is all fine and dandy. So, it was no issue. It was no issue to me. So got up there and played a really good set. Played a mixture of bounds. Played a mixture of like hard bounds and some like hard dance tunes, and just had a really good time. Just had a really enjoyable set, playing them tunes, and just really loved it. It was a really good vibe. A couple of sets after me, the layman hosted on the mic. He hosted a hardstyle set, sort of hardstyle reverse bass. It was a really good set. It was banging all the way through, and a lot of the sets were, there was some really good sets. Like, I could not really fault any of the sets. They all seem to be really banging. They all seem to have really good drops, whether it was in the first room, whether it was in the second room. The second room was a really nice little room as well. But I'm glad I played in the main room. I'm definitely buzzed to have played in that room. That was a very good room, was that, to play in, and being up on that stage and stuff. Was a really good. That was obviously a really good vibe. So that was a shed load of fun within itself. And yeah, it was just, the event was just really enjoyable. Had a laugh with a lot of people, just had a really good, enjoyable time and vibe. And then I went back to the place where I was staying, where I stayed the night before, and on Sunday I just chilled there all day, like when you just can't be bothered to move, and I really couldn't. Um, I just chilled all day, and then it was sort of when I moved and sort of started getting ready and then came home that it was like my headache had come on again, and I really didn't feel good. And I sat on my phone. I was sorting something out, which I can't say about, but I was doing some sorting out, and it was all going well. But my headache was just getting worse and worse, and it got to the point where I thought, I'm just gonna have to leave it for now. And I was what I was doing, which I can't say about really, but I was like trying to work out a lot of timings and trying to work out different things. And I've got one person saying one thing and then another. And I was trying to sort this out, and I just thought it's just not helping my headache. So that's when I laid and you called it a day, but it's been a really fun weekend. Two gigs, one weekend, which is really good. Two gigs, one weekend. Absolutely loved it. Can't wait for the next gig, which is Chain Reaction this Friday. We're in Sheffield, so we're going to Sheffield on Friday. So we're going about, we're doing a few different things. The following week we're going up north, and we're going into the northeast, so that's going to be a shed load of fun. And then at the moment after that, I do get a couple of weekends off, and then literally about sort of three weeks after that, we go all the way up to Scotland, which is going to be again another really enjoyable vibe. So we've got things happening. We've got gigs happening. We've got things coming up. So it's really enjoyable. I'm really blessed for them. Really good vibes taking place, and loads of good things happening. So I'm looking forward to them, and I will be announcing more gigs as the year goes on, and I'll be announcing more things, and I'll be sharing more things, and more things will be happening, and it should be a really good vibe, and I just can't wait for it all. So all I can say is just keep your eyes peeled, and I'll be doing like updates and streams. We'll obviously do an aftermath for the Chain Reaction. There is some videos of my set at the Antimatter that have been taken, so I'll have a look through them. I know some of them, the sound didn't sound too good on them, just sounded really muffled, so I probably won't use them. But I'll have a look, and if there is any good ones, and there's any clips or any little videos I can put together with a few clips, obviously I'll make sure to get some little clips put together of the set, and then I'll put them on here, and we'll be able, you'll be able to look back, and then I can look back, and it'll be a shed load of fun to do that. So also the Rave Kids flyer. So I announced a massive booking with Rave Kids. Well, the actual individual flyer has now come out for that sort of flyer that just states all the information about when it comes to Hull. So there's myself, there's Benjamin, there's Andy Whitby, there's Club Filler, and then there's MC Storm as well. So it's going to be really good to rock with all of them people, and I feel really blessed and really privileged there to be a part of that one. And it's going to be that one is going to be a shed load of fun as well. And we've got we've got about a 3 weekends back to back of gigs. So we've got that one. Then the following week we are in Stoke-on-Trent for Bounce to Infinity, and then I believe the following week we're back in Stoke-on-Trent again. But then there's something on the Friday of that day. So I go to Stoke on the Saturday, there's something on the Friday, and that is the something that I can't talk about. It's something that I can't discuss. because it will ruin a surprise, and I don't want to ruin a surprise because I've done so well up to now of keeping the surprise, and I want to obviously continue to keep the surprise a surprise. So we'll shh on that, and we won't say any more. But all I will say is it's going to be good. So, but yeah, we've got 3 weekends where things will be happening again, so that'll be really fun. And then obviously in June we're going over to the Zombie Shack in Manchester, and we're MCing, and Mandy Edge is singing live, so that is going to be, I feel like this year I'm getting some really blessed bookings where there's going to be some like really unique moments, like getting to witness Mandy Edge singing live is just going to be something so magical. That is going to be amazing. And then getting to see the likes of like Andy Whitby and Club Filler at the Rave Kids and stuff is going to be again something absolutely, amazing as well. Going up to Scotland, that is going to be just a really amazing trip, and again something I'm really blessed for. So we're doing some absolutely things that they're going to stay forever, as a memory inside of me, and that is obviously what it's all about. So this Friday, Sheffield Record Junkie Chain Reaction, myself B2B Terry SLB with MC Space and MC Nats on the set. We've got 2 legendary MCs on the set. What more could you ask for? And it's going to be a really good, really good vibe. So keep an eye out, keep it locked in. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. See you soon.